There's no place like home. There's no place.
Home. Our house is a very, very, very fine house with 2 cats in the yard. Life used to be so hard. Now everything is easy 'cause of you.
Well, hi there. Welcome to Home Wizards. I'm Cindy Dole.
Hey, I'm Eric Stromer.
And we love to improve your home and improve your life. And Eric, you know, when you're out shopping for something cool for your home, do you ever feel like when you're in the store, you see all these cool things and you don't know where to begin?
Yes, pretty much all the time I'm shopping. I get overwhelmed because
it's oversensory.
Yes,
right?
It makes me crazy. I actually get exhausted by how overwhelmed I am. You know, like between the fluorescent lighting and that feeling.
And it's almost like the stores want you to feel that way. They kind of suck you into their lair, right?
Because then you'll go buy a coffee at their store.
And
you know, it's all by design.
Well, and so that's why Eric and I are here to help you not go there and feel in that angst, because there are so many neat things coming up for the year for your home. And so we went to this thing called the Builders Show in Las Vegas, where all of the big brands, the medium brands, the small size brands show off their new innovations. And so consider us your shopping guide.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
Did you like some cool things there?
Yeah, we were your guides. We sacrificed our feet for your benefit because
we took one for the team.
We really literally walked 500 miles.
It was a lot, but it was worth it because we're smarter and we have a lot to share with you here on the show. So let's start with one of the innovations of many. I mean, you and I are really creative people. We never lack for ideas.
No.
And it's then, where do you put the ideas? On
That's
a Post-it note?
No.
Maybe somewhere else? As we walked up to the Sherwin Williams booth, we saw a guy that, he basically challenged me into a game of tic-tac-toe. It was a tie. Okay. But he was writing on the wall. Yes. And I didn't panic because I knew it was this new product.
It's awesome. It's called dry erase coating, and this is incredible. You can take any paint color and paint your wall and put this wonderful clear coating on it. It's shiny. Turn it into a dry erase board. So it is fantastic. It has so many applications. Commercial. You know, all those people that take all those notes on Post-it notes.
Brainstorming, kids.
Kids, for my house, this is a miracle. You know, I have 3 kids under 14. You put a clear coat on any painted surface.
Any painted surface.
And all of a sudden, it turns
It brings out the graffiti artist in all of us.
You know?
It's fun for everything. I had somebody in here yesterday, and he said, you know what, this is great adult game night, Pictionary, all of those great games that you play rather than all the pieces of paper. We use our wall in our game room.
Our home office, our calendar. I mean,
and you know, I love, too, that you're not committed to a color, but whatever you already have, this is just a clear coat over it. I think it's great.
Yeah, and talk about that. So if I understand that the quality of the existing wall still has to be kind of pretty good. We might need to touch up that wall before we put the clear on, or you can even mix it to match existing walls.
Right. I mean, you can take your existing wall as long as it's, you know, in good, sound shape and put the clear coating over it. Or if you want to change that color, say you want, you know, green behind that coating.
You mean emerald green?
Emerald green, yes. We could do emerald green. We could do any color you wish.
We're just showing off because of the Pantone 2013 color of choice.
Which, by the way,
which we think Sherwin Williams maybe had last year.
Jackie Jordan, what was your color for 2012, just for the record?
It was actually a color called Argyle, which is kind of a Kelly green. So
Bam.
Interesting.
There you go.
Interesting.
They say there are no dance-offs or challenges in the paint game.
There are.
I beg to differ.
It's all subjective. We all have our own take.
I know. We're playing nice in the sandbox. So it is kind of competitive, isn't it?
It really is.
It's
the whole color world is really something. Like people say, no, I had it first. No, I did. Yeah.
But I saw a car that actually is emerald green.
And last night I was watching that show, Bill Maher, and this woman was wearing that emerald green dress.
It's
on.
everywhere.
I mean, it's everywhere.
Well, but there's more colors. So let's go back to Jackie Jordan on some of the different palettes that you might want to consider for the new year. At least that's what the experts are looking at.
One of them is called Midnight Mystery, and the drivers behind that palette coming from a couple different directions. The cinema, for sure. So all of the movies that we saw over the past 12 months really influenced that palette, and it was an escape from reality. So people going to the theater to escape from their daily lives, that 24/7 always on kind of thing. And so we were taken into these great stage sets, these kind of dark, moody. So Snow White and the Huntsman, Batman, Dark Shadows, The Great Gatsby that's coming out, Hugo was all about this kind of moody interior, all about these dark colors, opulent textiles, very masculine palette. So the colors are dark. They're masculine. They're men's fashion oriented. The second one is Honed Vitality. It kind of has the same drivers, but a little bit different. It's, again, another escape from reality, escape from our 24/7 constant on and technology, an escape from technology that we want to just shut it all off. We want to come into a relaxing environment. So it's about taking colors that are kind of muted. They kind of have these beautiful mineral pigments to them. They're soft. They're honed. There's lots of texture involved. The finishes are really matte. So it's just kind of enveloping yourself in these colors that are just super cozy. You just want to kind of sink into that.
Ooh,
sofa,
that sounds good.
Wrap that, hand knitted, beautiful wool, blanket around you.
Maybe a shawl in my
shut it
case.
off. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
For, old
A snuggie.
A snuggie. Yes.
One of those
Snuggie.
onesies. Yeah.
Onesie, which are so attractive. Number 3 is called Vintage Moxie, and this is a vintage palette. It is retro inspired, so it's 50s and 60s, but we kicked it up a notch. So the colors are a little bit more saturated. They're a little bit brighter, but they're flirty. They're fun. They remind you of the 50s and 60s, kind of a little psychedelic.
Is there like a neon green
Like
or a
Peter
pink
Max
in there?
palette or
No,
something?
not Peter Max. They're toned down a little bit. The next palette is definitely high voltage, kind of goes there, but
Sure.
it's it's definitely has beautiful violets, chartreuse.
So what do you think about those color palettes?
They're amazing because they pull from literally art or pop culture or any of these elements, and I think it's really fun because if that appeals to you aesthetically, then that's your choice for your color. We often talk about how do you find your inner designer.
Yeah.
You look at art, or you look at things that inspire
What inspires you? Exactly.
and that's what you choose. Yeah,
and it is. It's so. It becomes so obvious. All you have to do is look around you, and you go, "Oh my gosh." They're repeating a theme. It's now made it from the fashion runaway now to the paint store to the automotive.
Yeah, and once you know how the professionals do it, like at Pantone, you realize that they're just looking at pop culture and things that are showing up in our world, and then they predict that.
We're all color experts.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that dry erase paint? Is it a do-it-yourself project? I mean, it's a 2-step process.
Yeah, the brand says no, but I say, it's if you've ever handled epoxy, it's 2 different containers that you mix into one to create this bonding agent. So it's really not that difficult if you just understand that you have a finite amount of time to apply it and you have to mix 2 things together. That's basically it.
And I want to get that on my wall. I love
do too. I want the whole house.
When
like
we come
that.
back, we have more great, cool things that we found at this builder show in Las Vegas. Talk about energy efficiency. It's all about intelligence and different devices to make the air that you have warmer, cooler, fresher, all that.
That's right.
Eric Stormer, Cindy Dole. We love to improve your home and improve your life. You're listening to Home Wizards. Yeah, if you can see Eric right now, he's got his groove going.
I was kind of doing the robot a little bit, wasn't it? Yeah.
He's
I
a
think
good dancer.
I might have pulled my groin.
No, you didn't.
Well, a little bit.
You're limber. Anyway, Eric Stromer, Cindy Dole. We love to shake it up a little bit as we talk about ways to improve your home and improve your life. This is Home Wizards. Now, when you go to the stores and you think, okay, finally I'm going to do fill in the blank to my apartment, to my home, to my whatever. You go to the store and you don't know where to begin. And so that's why we love going to these trade shows where all the different brands give you a sneak peek. At least they give us a sneak peek to what we can expect for the new year. What are some of the trendy new technologies? So as a contractor, you're always worried about energy efficiency. As a consumer, who isn't? I'm always worried about that. It isn't just about the temperature.
Sure.
But it's the air quality,
the
too.
air conditioning and the interior of the home, right.
So we went to this one booth at this trade show in Las Vegas, the Builders Show. And isn't it amazing how it's gotten so smart? I mean, this thermostat that we found.
Yeah, it actually can deliver different temperatures to different rooms. It can do all sorts of great stuff.
So we talked with Kyle Gordon with the folks at Lennox about what they're doing so that we can really control the quality and the comfort of our air.
So we took that idea of a tablet and we put it inside a thermostat that you put on a wall in a beautiful 7-inch touchscreen. So it's simple as you press a button and you go.
And now kids can interact with it too.
Absolutely.
And I can play solitaire while I'm trying to turn my heat up, which is always helpful.
And poker.
No, but you know what's great about this is that, a guy like me who needs 1.75 reading glasses to see my own thermostat in the middle of the night, this is a nice, big, vivid image that has that nice projection capability, so you really do see what you're trying to do. And I think a lot of the time people are confused by the technology in the thermostat and also the size of it, and those two together make it almost unusable. So this feels like a great solution.
It is, and even to take it a step further, we have mobile apps that'll work with that thermostat. So for the ultimate in home laziness, if I'm sitting on the couch and I'm uncomfortable, I can just pull out my phone and I can change the temperature from my phone.
So you don't have to leave the media room. You can stay on the couch and be changing.
And then have the TV dinner put in.
But, I mean, is this also telling us what is a conservative or an energy-efficient temperature to keep our thermostat posted at, like in certain seasons, certain times of day, etc.?
Yeah, exactly. Right out of the box, we have built-in programs which are based on seasons, one for summer, winter, spring, and fall, and an extra energy savings mode. So if you're too lazy to even to program the thermostat, you can just put it in one of those default season settings, and you're all set.
Every time Kyle says too lazy, I keep thinking he's talking about me.
A little guilt
I think maybe this was designed for me. The question I have is, can we send now individual climates to individual rooms with some of the technology that we have?
Absolutely. So today we're also talking about our iHarmony zoning solution, and that's going to allow you to eliminate those hot and cold spots in your house by basically dialing in the temperature exactly that you want for the room that you're in. And not only is that going to improve your comfort, but let's just say in the last 50 years, homes have doubled in size. But the number of people living in those homes has actually decreased. So that means you have these unoccupied areas of your home that you're still heating and cooling. So zoning is going to allow you to stop heating and cooling those unoccupied areas, so it's going to improve your energy efficiency.
Now, you can't just have a thermostat look like it's just this simple old thing. I mean, now envision that iPad experience.
Well,
we saw
that's
how cool
so
it is.
yesterday to have that little plastic thermostat.
Right. So now they've taken it to the next level, the folks at Lennox. It's not just this cool iPad screen. You can have a gel skin for your thermostat and have your kid's picture or picture of whatever.
Or
picture your new puppy.
Don't
Forrest.
say it. Don't even get into my new puppy. Well, that's a
Cute.
whole other story.
We're going to put that on Facebook. The
Yeah.
Forrest, the black lab puppy.
It's pretty good.
So gel skins for the thermostat. I mean, it's just so cool, and you can then you get an app for it, and you can communicate with from your iPhone or any kind of mobile device to your thermostat. So when you are driving home, it'll warm your house up or
That's
cool
pretty
it down.
cool, isn't it?
Really neat.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of the air quality, I grew up with a house fan, but they and you as a contractor have seen how ventilation is so important in the bathroom to avoid
Absolutely.
mildew, right?
Mildew, yep, you
But at
bet.
Panasonic, it's called Panasonic Ecosystems. They came up with something called the new Whisper Green fan with LED. And it's not only efficient, right?
Yeah,
and quiet.
it's conditioning the inner air quality. It's recirculating everything so that you have this feeling of freshness within the house. Fresh air is always coming in and circulating, so it keeps the room really comfortable in terms of how it feels, but also
and how
it's
it
more
flows.
healthy. Yeah.
And it's for more than just the bathroom. So here is Jim Shelton with Panasonic.
Ventilation has really taken on a whole new level, because in the past it was mostly bathroom ventilation, and we were talking about removing moisture from the bathroom. But with the homes being built tighter and tighter and tighter, now indoor air quality has become more of an issue. In the past, when you had a typical home, you had cracks, and fresh air would infiltrate into the house. And
You're talking about my house. Go ahead.
Yes, your homes had, but you had fresh air, so it wasn't very energy efficient. But from an indoor air quality point of view, it was good. So we've sealed the homes up now, and the construction gets tighter and tighter and tighter. Our motto has always been build tight but ventilate right. But when you tighten the home up, now that fresh air is not coming in, and you need mechanical ventilation to assist the home with getting the stale air out and drawing fresh air in. So we have, like the Whisper Green we were talking about, that's designed to be a two-purpose fan, a spot ventilation fan for your bathroom, but it's also designed with a DC motor to be set up to run continuously and to be a whole house fan. And so you're exhausting the stale air out of the whole house, and you're bringing fresh air in, but when you walk in, with the motion sensor, it would activate the fan and boost it up and become a spot ventilation
It's a good
fan.
point. You never think how the tight home needs ventilation, because it's so tight you don't get any air flow.
Well, if it's tight, it's got to be right.
Well, have you ever considered...
If it's ventilated right.
Have you ever considered the motto, if the glove don't fit, you must acquit?
No, I
Probably
think that
not
was,
for the
no,
home.
not for
Okay.
the ventilation fans. No.
I also am interested to hear more about this Whisper Warm. you describe it as a heat solution. So this is a ventilation fan that also pumps out some heat in the bathroom?
Absolutely. It's it's a 110 CFM ventilation fan, but it's got a fan forced heat. So it actually has two fans in it. One's exhausting, and then you have an 80 CFM fan that's forcing air over a stainless steel cowl rod heating element like you would have in a hot water heater. So it's actually delivering warm air down to the tiles and down to the feet instead of just having radiant heat. So it's been very popular.
Very smart.
Yes, it's been very popular. And then the other things that we were looking at, we've been still talking about a lot of bathroom, but we also have balance fans because we're talking about indoor air quality. We have our Whisper Comfort, and we have it on display right there, but that actually is an energy recovery ventilator. So it's exhausting air, but it's also bringing in fresh air at the same time, but it's using the air that you're exhausting, your conditioned air or your heated air, to temper that outside air that's coming in. So in the winter, instead of bringing in really cold air, you use your warm air, and they pass through a capillary core. There's a heat exchange, so you save some energy.
That's amazing. But so what does it tie into? Is it just taking interior air quality, heated air, or are you tying it into exhaust air from the furnace?
Well, a lot of the energy recovery ventilators or HRVs, heat recovery ventilators on the market, do tie into your central system.
Right.
What's different about this is a standalone unit. We call it a spot ERV, so it installs just like a bath fan, but maybe now in your hallway or master bedroom or living room, and you have two 4-inch duct runs instead of one now, and one's bringing in fresh air and one's exhausting.
So isn't that cool, Eric, too, that when you have these great new ventilation systems, you don't necessarily have to change out all the duct work. You can slide it right on and balance the interior air and don't have to rely on the HVAC system.
That's right, because replacing ductwork can be really expensive and a tough time in the home if you're trying to live there because you're pulling ceilings out and stuff. So this is a really great option if you want to get some ventilation and circulation and keep the house comfortable.
And I love how they're smart ventilation systems, too. I mean, the Whisper welcome you just the minute that you're walking into a bathroom or any room in your home, it just quietly...
Yeah, but you don't even know that. You can't even hear us doing that. I was just in a restroom this morning as I was coming into work, and you walk in the door and you open the door up, and then the light automatically goes on, and you're still looking for the switch because you're conditioned, but it's already on.
Oh, that's nice.
So now our lives are going to be to the point where someday we won't even use switches anymore. It'll just sense when you're walking in. I think that's kind of what this is doing as well.
It's interesting, though, in hotels, and we were talking about this with the friends at Panasonic, about how hotels don't always have those ventilation fans in the bathroom.
No.
Because they've learned that sometimes we don't turn them on, and then it will cause mildew in the bathroom. So instead, it's at the top of the hotel, the top of the building.
Yeah.
So if you're like in a lower room,
yeah, that's right.
It's really bad.
No, it's terrible.
Yeah. So anyway, we loved all those ventilation devices. So when we come back, we're going to continue our little early shopping experience with you as you're planning all the different neat things that you might want to do to your home and the space you call home in the coming months. We are visiting the Builders Show in Las Vegas, and wait to hear about these appliances. It's all about smart everything, right?
It sure is. Yeah.
And the folks at GE have come up with some new tricks up their sleeve, like this oven. Well, let's just say that Eric will be able to not leave the couch and still change how he's cooking his meal.
Finally, something more convenient.
I know. And then they have a new finish for some of the appliances that if you're a mom or a dad and you've got kids who love to show off their art, you're going to love this too. So all kinds of very cool things to share with you as we take our journey to the Builder Show to help you get a little smarter on what you need and what you might want for your home. Eric Stormer, Cindy Dole, you're listening to Home Wizards. We love to improve your home and improve your life.
Waiting for the dinner bell to do the bell thing. Dinner bell ring. I've been leaving on my things. So in the morning when the morning bird sings, there's still dinner on my dinner jacket till the dinner bell rings.
Here we go. Table set, baby.
Oh, wow. Table set, baby.
That's right.
Yeah. Eric Stromer, Cindy Dole. Hey, you're listening to Home Wizards. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'd love to help you feel good about the space you call home and improve your home and improve your life. So that's why we go to things like these trade shows, such as the Builder Show. We were there in Vegas, and we saw all kinds of neat new things that's coming up, going to be in the stores. You're going to want to look at, touch, feel, consider, like smart appliances. So what did you think about this refrigerator that we saw at the GE booth?
Well, the thing I thought that was most impressive, there's hot water dispenser and Insta-Hot on the door, which totally makes sense to me because then it's a one-stop shop for water, ice, hot or cold. I think it really was something we needed to have show up.
And it's already pre-filtered water, so it's, safe, clean water, but it's hot or cold on the go.
We're actually going to start the hot water.
Yeah.
All right,
and right now little words come up. You've got like display options. There's soup, cocoa, tea.
4 settings and then 1 custom. So you have soup at 185, tea at 170, hot cocoa at 150, also good for instant coffee, and then warm, which we talked about, perfect temperature for baby formula. And then a custom temperature if you want to go up and down from there.
Sure.
All right, so we're going to pour some Starbucks in here.
Yeah.
All right, and you said you'd never tried this?
No.
All right, so this will be the first time for you
This is going to be a
as well.
delicioso experience.
All right, and 150 is a great temperature to actually drink hot water. 170 is going to be hotter. You want the tea to steep.
Yeah.
So this is going to be the amount. What we're doing is we actually have a child lock on here.
Sure.
And then also the way our knob works is it's a counterclockwise and push turn to make sure that from a safety perspective, you're the one who's doing it.
Oh, okay.
Very nice.
Okay, then what do I do? Then I just sip it?
Well, I think you want to
is
stir
it too hot?
first.
Oh, I
No.
stir it first?
150 is a perfect temperature, like I said, for like hot cocoa and coffee to be able to instantly drink it.
Okay.
This is genius, by
I'm
the way.
about to try a delicious cup of fresh hot coffee. Here it
So
comes.
while Eric is drinking some of the coffee, and it's probably tasty, yeah?
It's the perfect temperature.
Lovely.
It was hot, yet it didn't burn my mouth. You were exactly
Yes.
right.
The
Again.
amount of research we do to come
Man.
up with this is amazing.
So tell
perfect.
us about the research. I mean, how did you come up with the need? I mean, you probably heard from consumers that we wanted to have, like you were saying, we wanted to have that convenience. But what else? I mean,
Well, it went back to first of it was around the advanced filtration. Customers want to drink more water because water's healthier for you. You drink water, you're a healthier person. The better the water, the healthier you are. I mean, that's the mindset that's going through. So you want to be able to use this. So we gave them a large, wide dispenser so they can fit anything in it.
Sure.
Right.
The
One of their
sports
issues
bottles
is
was the issue.
sports bottles
Yeah.
or tall water jugs. Right. They're going to their tap because they can't fit it
can't
in there.
fit it,
This
no.
allows them to fit it in there.
so how tall is that about?
11 inches.
Perfect.
Right? And so it allows you to put it in there. Now, hot water was just that next evolution. Right? You think about it, right now you're getting the water, if you want to do it from the filter, from the refrigerator, and then going somewhere else.
Crazy.
But not knowing what that temperature is.
Can I just tell you, it's exhausting to walk all over the kitchen to get the hot water in one play and then go all the way over and get the other thing.
Yep.
Seriously.
But
makes a
the
difference.
joy that you got being able to drink that instantly as opposed
Yeah.
to making it too hot
I
and
hear
having
you.
to sit for a while.
Wait,
You know
let me
what's going to happen at Eric's house? I
What?
can see he's going to want one of these in his bedroom now because he doesn't want to go down to the kitchen.
You know
and have
what?
some hot tea.
Refrigeration can be romantic.
It can be.
Yes, it
especially
can.
when it's darn quiet.
That's right.
And by the way, in that refrigerator, in the produce section, they have this LED light so you know that you've got your lettuce set at the right temperature versus your meats, and
Right.
there's no
It turns out
questioning.
temperature and humidity makes the stuff last
Totally.
longer. Yeah.
Then to the laundry room. What did you think about that
Wow,
new color?
new color. It's almost. It's got this carbon sort of black feel to it.
Brown and black
Yeah,
and gray
it's
and
beautiful.
gold,
I loved
and
it.
it's metallic carbon, and it's all because we want our laundry rooms to be fun.
Right.
It is fun how the laundry room is sexy now. I mean, it's like, watch behind you, that like it isn't just about energy efficiency and about function, but also making it entertaining in a way, making it an inviting place because Eric's dad would always hide out in the laundry room.
Yeah, my dad used the laundry room to get away from his children that he, sometimes didn't want to spend time with. So we'd be like, it's still a standing joke. Where's Dad? Oh, he's in the laundry room.
The newspaper's missing, but Dad's in the laundry
Yeah,
room.
but it totally can be a place where while you're doing your necessary chores, it could be a multitask room. So why not make it pretty? Why not have the appliances cool?
Cindy, that's exactly what it is. And in all the research that we did, we heard loud and clear that laundry is a chore. Without doubt, it's a chore. And if you can make it a little more fun or a little bit more less of a chore, because you won't want to say it's easy. It's never easy. It's always there. It's work. But if it's something that you can make fun or look cool, then it's something that consumers will actually gravitate towards. We do sound lab testing because we know that consumers are using that space more and more for other functions within their household, or actually the access to the space is more common within a home. And so we try to make it as quiet as possible in design, and we'll use sound dampening materials and better quality rollers and glides, etc., to make sure that they get the experience that we're looking for.
And then how about the functionality of the washing machine itself and the drying capability? What's the difference? Is there any advance in the technology there?
The advance, Eric, in terms of technology are a couple of things. One, there's greater capacity. It's actually the largest capacity in the market today at 5 cubic feet. In turn, some of the things we've recognized is consumers don't always want big. They do want to use small loads. So it actually is able to adapt depending on what's in there. It'll sense the load, it'll adjust the water level inside, and hence it'll dispense the detergent automatically into it. That's a new technology in top load.
Oh, so it tells itself how much laundry detergent to use based on the load that's in there?
Well, actually, it's the way the detergent is dispensed is based on the historical norm based on lab testing.
Oh.
But a consumer can actually override it if they choose to.
And these washers are so smart.
So smart, in fact, that you can program it to get grass stains specifically out of jeans. You know, my kids are always playing in the grass, so they've got the stains all over. You can program it so it takes that out. And right temperature, right amount of detergent. It's amazing.
It knows. And you also can fluff up and give your clothes a pick-me-up in the dryer with a refresh mode. Anyway, as for dishwashing, who likes to do dishes, right? Well, we checked out the new hybrid stainless steel dishwasher, and it's got 3 of these full-size arms to kind of really whirl around all the soapy water.
So when you open up the dishwasher, the first thing you're going to notice is that all of our dishwashers now all have 3 full-size pressure wash arms. And so even in our entry level all the way through to this GE hybrid stainless steel interior dishwasher, we have 3 wash arms. They're going to make sure that we deliver 65% more wash power to the upper and the lower racks. So sparkly clean is definitely key. I will tell you that one thing that makes a big difference is the detergent that you use. So we also have a great dishwasher that works, but good detergent is also a key metric. So we've configured all of our tines to go the same direction so that you don't have to turn in the middle. And so now all of your tines go in the same direction so that you can load it how you want to load it. And then also what we've done is that we have this great new feature which we call Wash Your Way Customizable Tines, which what that means is that this particular dishwasher is configured if your sink is on the right. But you can now take out this entire set of lower tines, spin them around, and now your dishwasher adapts to you.
So now, I mean, first of all, talk about making dishwashing easier. Love that too. But now there's also at the GE booth this new finish. And as a dad, I know that this really appealed to you.
Yeah, because you can't hang art on refrigerators
I know.
traditionally with magnets.
So it's not just about stainless anymore. I mean, we want new colors and new finishes. So check this out. It's called Slate.
Consumers told us they wanted something that was a little more subdued, something that would complement the overall kitchen design. And we think that's what Slate does really well.
It's kind of a luminescent look to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's got a formality about it, but it doesn't feel so dressy that you can't, relax in the kitchen. That's what I like. And then also, seriously, magnets will stick to this?
Yeah.
Because I've been thinking that for years. I have 3 kids. They all want to display their art. My refrigerator's a place. I've literally duct taped pictures on the refrigerator.
Right. Or you stick it on the side of the case, which is what we do at our house.
Exactly, and it's just such a waste of space for that reason. So I'm so glad
that's a big issue for parents, right?
Yeah, it is for sure. It's a huge issue.
All right, so now to the ovens, and Eric and I, we both love this new thing that they've got. It's the new version of the convection European cooking.
Right.
And instead of like the wall oven where all the hot air is in the back, now it's from top to down?
From the top down, right. So it drops down like a parachute of heat.
It's really state of the art. So we spoke to the latest folks at GE and what's coming up in the ovens. I mean, you're not going to believe this.
The benefit that you get is more even cooking, right? But what I like to tell consumers is it takes the cookware out of the cooking equation. So if you think about it, it doesn't really matter if you have a big pot or a small one, right, or deep, or something that's too shallow. Whereas before, when you're using true European convection, the air is coming from the back and it hits that pan, right? But if you have it from the top, you have more even cooking results.
So it's relying on the getting the air to the pan, and the pan does the work. Yeah. Now it's just coming from the top down.
Yeah, it's coming from the top down, and we've actually...
It's a little something I call top-down cooking.
we've done...
It's basically convertible cooking.
That's convertible cooking. And we've done some initial tests where we see that, we have over 100% more airflow. Next thing that I want to show you guys is notification lighting, right? So here it is. So let's say you're gonna cook something, right? So you're gonna bake a cake or whatever have you, right? So you press bake.
The red light is flashing across the top in the front of the oven.
Correct. So this red light flashing, it will be pulsed back, on and off.
What does that tell me?
That is telling you that
I'm
the wall
having a
oven.
seizure. I'm having a cardiac arrest.
Hot flash.
You're having a hot flash. What it's telling you is that the oven's being preheated, right?
Yeah.
So once it turns solid red, that's when you'll know that, hey, it's time for you to get up and put the food inside the oven. You'll be able to use your iPhone to control.
So you don't have to get off the couch?
So you don't have to get off the
I'm going
couch.
to turn on the oven now, so just give me a minute. I got to touch my iPhone. Okay, I think it's preheated. Okay, I'm going to go back to sleep.
Eric could be cooking while he's watching football at the same time.
Eric can be cooking while he's watching football.
Well, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool because
So wait a minute, and you can look. Can you see in your phone the progress of the meal?
You can see in your phone, anything. Yeah.
So it can time onto your phone.
You can preheat.
So all the settings of the oven are in an app.
Settings, yeah, correct. All the
That's
settings of the
actually pretty
ovens
cool.
are in an app. So you can preheat. You can set the timer. You can set the cook time, change the temperature, stop the wall
And it
oven.
will alert you
And it
in
will
the other
alert
room.
you.
Hey,
And that could be
the
from
chicken's-
anywhere, like in the world. If I'm at a mile away in another place.
Well, it is anywhere within your Wi-Fi network, the first generation.
I see.
So that's the first generation.
Yeah,
but
now the second generation, this is what I wanted to find out about. I was at a basketball game with my son the other night, and I had chicken going too long. I knew I was going to come home and be like little acorns because I wasn't able to get home in time. If I could program it and turn the oven off
while you're
in
mobile,
the third quarter while I'm mobile, then my chicken would have been edible.
And you will be able to. So,
Yeah.
so the new so this is coming out in June. This wall oven by GE, and then down the road they're going to have the next version app where you can basically in the cloud change the temperature of your oven. Oops, I forgot. Turn off the oven.
That's a great idea.
From your phone.
Or preheat it as you're driving home, right?
Yeah. The price point's about just under $4,000, $3,600, something like that.
Right.
Anyway, coming up, we're going to talk about concrete and all the new ways to use it in projects. Don't be afraid that it's permanent. It doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be. We can take it away if we want.
Got some new ideas for you. Eric Stormer, Cindy Dole, as we are walking you with us through this builder show, all the new things, the gizmos, and products that you want to at least be thinking about for those spaces you call home. This is Home Wizards. Don't do that. No, we want you to stay in your
Don't burn
house.
it down. No,
don't
keep
do
it.
that. Anyway, Eric Stormer, Cindy Dole. We love to put a smile on your face and enjoy the space you call home. This is Home Wizards. Thanks for hanging out with us. Now, we so love going to these trade shows and helping you then when you are in that mode where you go, okay, honey, or hello, self, I want to buy fill in the blank.
Right.
Like it may be furniture.
Sure.
It may be an appliance.
Yeah,
It may be a can of paint, right?
I don't know why not.
Could be any of those things.
Yeah.
But it also could be something you get in a bag. It could be as simple as a bag of concrete. Now, you always have worked with concrete.
Yeah.
It's kind of like...
People are intimidated by concrete because there's this permanence to it. You do it wrong once and then it's so difficult.
You're trapped.
But there are things called jackhammers you can rent at the big box store. So if you mess up, you just jack it out and start over. It's not that scary.
And you can start small.
You can.
And there's so many new ways to... Well, really, it's like making...
Like cake.
A cake, basically.
That's right. Yeah.
It's basically like baking a cake because they've dumbed it down to the point where any of us can use concrete. So we spoke with over at the Quikrete booth at this builder show in Las Vegas, Mike Major, who talked about some of the new products that you can get in a bag, and it's really pretty easy.
As a tile guy, the way I know Quikrete is I would buy these bags of self-leveling cement.
Correct.
When you have to make a floor that's not level. So you would mix it up to your point with water, pour it out, it finds its own level, and then you can tile over that.
Right.
And that was a miracle product when I was doing this back in the 80s, right, as a contractor. So now, how have we evolved from that place?
Absolutely, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. You just add water.
Right.
You used to have to worry about trying to get a floor level. We've got it to the point now where you pour it out, it seeks its own level. We've got the products have their own bonding adhesives built into them.
That's key right there.
Yeah, they have their own sealers built into them. So you just get it done, and you're one and done.
And there's more. We can also add decorative things, too.
Oh, absolutely.
We can add some fun little collectibles to create our own personality. Talk about that. Like, let's say we want to do a walkway, and we love shells or something like that.
Sure, absolutely. All you can do, I mean, we've got several things that really make a walkway simple. We've got a product called the Walk Maker, which is a 2 foot by 2 foot plastic form. You lay it down on the ground, you fill it with concrete, you smooth off the surface, and you lift it. And what you leave is a cobblestone path. And it is just really cool. And then, like you were saying, you can take shells, you can take different things and press into them.
Or make stepping stones.
Sure. Oh, yeah, you can make a stepping stone. You can use stained glass. We've seen a lot of people that'll press glass into them and just really get some really cool-looking effects. Over on the corner here at the Builders Show, we have a display that shows a concrete countertop. And that is just amazing. I mean, it is just astounding what you can do with concrete now. You can do a concrete countertop, and now it's a little bit more difficult. It's not something I recommend a first-timer DIY guy to do.
Right.
But if you're a basic contractor, you can do a concrete countertop, and you can do it for about a third of the price per linear foot as granite.
Now, what if you had a Quikrete concrete? Say that 5 times fast. A Quikrete concrete.
Exactly. Now try to spell it while you're doing it.
Yeah, if you had a Quikrete concrete, let's say driveway, and you live in earthquake country, and you've got some natural earth move fault lines, how would you repair that? Is there some kind of a kit that you have?
We don't have a kit for that, but what we do have is some polyurethane caulking. Because one of the problems when you get a crack in concrete, it's because the earth is shifted. And there is not a product out there that's going to hold back the earth. So what you're going to need is something that's going to stretch and going to move. Polyurethane caulkings will actually move 9 times their original shape and their original diameter. So you can put this product in, it's going to move as the slab moves, so you're not going to let more water get in it. And that's the key, because as water gets into those cracks, it freezes, it pops out more and more concrete. Now you're getting solid deterioration going all the way down to the bottom. So if you can stop that before that deterioration gets too bad, you can definitely keep from having a real expensive project.
And then do you guys sell color-coded products at all, or are there concrete dyes or things that you can infuse?
We do. We have cement colors. We have 5 cement colors that are stocked at home centers and hardware stores all across the country. And these are products that you just mix in. It's really cool because you just mix it with the water, use that water to mix the concrete. That way you get a solid color all the way through. So if something happens down the road and an edge gets knocked off of it, the concrete that's underneath is going to be the same color.
Oh, that's cool. So it's not a surface mount paint or stain like we've seen before.
So, because we've all seen them where guys have painted concrete surfaces, and then they get a little chip off of the top. Well, when they get that little chip off of the top, now they've got a pretty, say they painted it blue, they've got a pretty blue surface here with a chipped off that looks great. We've got the colors that you can mix, get the solid color all the way down.
So it's embedded. So it almost looks like stone.
Right, exactly.
So that's pretty cool. There's all kinds of projects you can make with just a bag of concrete.
That's right. You can start small and work your way up.
How about installing stone without using mortar? Have you done masonry?
Boy, have I done masonry.
Yeah?
And there's a couple of things we saw that make it so much easier.
Well, so when we visited the folks at Boral, they've got Imagine Making a Backsplash or an Outdoor Kitchen. It's a DIY project that's as easy and fast as literally in one day screwing it into your wall.
It's actually a panelized product. Yeah. It has an embedded nail strip in it. So you put it up with either nails or screws. Each panel is about 3 feet long and 8 inches high. Cuts with a simple saw with a diamond blade, but you don't need any mortar. So it just goes on the wall like hanging up siding. And that's typically what we're seeing is a lot of siding contractors using it now, offering them a variation to their customers that they haven't been able to give them before. They're able to put it up just as quick as siding, so it gives them that flexibility to offer them something new to their customers.
And it looks like stone, and I mean it's beautiful, like a wall, for a chimney, for a backsplash in the kitchen.
Yeah, it's great for indoor or outdoor. We do fireplaces with it, exterior walls, accent walls within homes. Your design possibilities are endless with this product, and the ability to put it up quickly and cleanly allows anyone to really do it.
And then what's the material made out of?
It's made just like cultured stone, so it's a concrete-based product. Okay. It's made with the same type of technology that cultured stone's made. The molds are based off of cultured stone. The colors are based off of cultured stone. So it's really just an extension. We took our great cultured stone product and made it more of a do-it-yourself product.
And when you say it's a do-it-yourself project, I mean, seriously, like in one day we could get all these pieces out and assemble something, or walk us through some of the steps?
Yeah, I mean, essentially you could put this up timing-wise, it's much quicker than cultured stone. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to measure out your wall, and you're going to make your cuts so you're having a staggered look throughout the wall that you're putting up. But it goes up as fast as you can put up siding.
And then do you have corners?
There's actually a universal corner, and what's unique about that is it looks just like our flat panels, but the ends are very tapered. They're narrow, so it allows you to overlap the panel coming off the other edge.
Oh.
So it works not only for outside corners, but inside corners, which we had an issue with before. This allows us to have a great indoor and outside corner application, as well as an end wall termination. So if you're going into a piece of trim or something on the end of a wall, this fits nicely into that, and it's not going to stick that far off the wall.
Wow. What an amazing thing. So now builders have the opportunity to either do siding, stucco, or the look and feel of brick or cultured stone. But it's a panelized product, so it's easy to apply. And then what's the price point on something like that? I mean, it probably ends up being roughly the same.
Well, it varies because where you're saving your money is with the labor. So labor is typically, you don't need a mason, so you're using your same, whatever they charge for siding is basically what you're getting for this product. So it's a regional pricing application, so it's hard to narrow it down, but it's definitely a labor cost-saving opportunity for a builder or anyone that's using it.
Yeah, so it's called Verzetta Stone by Boral. I thought it was really, really attractive and interesting.
Easy
and
to use, and you're done once you screw it on the wall. It's amazing.
Yeah, and I think the idea of a backsplash could be really fun, indoor or outdoor.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, when we come back, we have more things to talk about, tied to the neat, cool trends and products that are all coming out this year for your home. And we're going to be having pictures of them, as well as you can hear our show anytime you like. Just go to the website, yourhomewizards.com. You can download the podcast through iTunes and take it with you on your mobile devices, or listen through your computer, whatever you like. So just go to the website. All you have to do is email us, and be sure to check out the video of Eric on the Today Show.
Yeah, it was fun, and I taught some stuff too. So check it out.
Of course, because you're a friendly
That's
teacher.
what I try to do.
Eric Stormer, Cindy Dole, you're listening to Home Wizards.
While you place the